police investigation was open.
Right. This girl is 14 years old when she's having this baby, man. And you know, so these doctors were the ones that blew the whistle on this. You think that the girl's parents didn't know that he was the biological father? He's at the hospital, and the doctors could tell, who the hell is this guy who's all in this girl's face?
That's crazy.
More than the parents, right? Wicked, man. But, you know, he has a gold ring and a nice garment, so they look the other way when this man is terrorizing their child.
Right.
Was she ready to be a mother? Right? Well, now you got to deal with that. Right? And was this man, let's say that he had all the best intentions. Is he going to do the right thing? No, he's a predator. Right? He's got to be taken, he needs to be taken off the streets. So I will commend the judicial system for doing the right thing, right? Even though I'm sure they drugged their feet and they left a lot of collateral damage in the process, right? Nothing's clean and precise here like it should be, because it's capitalism. You know, if somebody can get paid on it, well then now somebody's getting off. You know, that's why this place has to be destroyed, man. You can't undo that type of wickedness by legislation. You know, it's just not going to happen. So this place has to be tried in the fire, right? For it to be clean, you know, purged of all the sin and wickedness, such as Pastor Marvin Scales. See that? And then, you know, as I'm preparing for this lesson, you know, I got news on in the background, and lo and behold, I get another today's top story where another Christianity Sunday morning pastor, right? This guy's an Edomite. He's accused of stealing money and items donated for Hurricane Helene victims, right? And he lives in that community. He's from Western North Carolina. But do you think that's going to stop him from filling up his pockets, even though other people got to suffer? This person has to go another night without electricity because he took the money for the gas for the generator, right? That's what you get. That's the fruits coming out of Christianity Sunday morning church. That's why I implore all so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native men, grab your wife and children and snatch them up out of these Sunday morning churches, man. Or your children going to be the next that's having a pastor's child at 13 years old, right? That's what you want? Is that what you're working towards? That's why you keep going to church on Sunday morning, even though you don't have any better understanding of the Bible. You know, you don't have any better relationship with your wife or your children. You got less respect from the men of your community, because most men ain't going to church. You know, if you a black man, Godal says it all the time. If you still going to Sunday morning church and you are a Black, Hispanic, or Native man, you a damn fool, right? And you deserve what comes to you. So take care of that pastor's baby while he's locked up, right? Because that's where you at, right? That's what you wanted. Otherwise, repent and be converted up out of that Christianity hellhole. Okay? Let's read on.
Investigators learned Scales was a youth pastor at a local church who often took the congregation's children on overnight trips, and that he would frequently host sleepovers at his house. Once the congregation learned of the first victim, the district attorney said more victims began to come forward, and that some reported that Scales would have sex with them regularly on the trips and sleepovers.
These are the children saying this. Once one person came out, all of a sudden the kids were like, oh, but he did it to me too. He did it to me too. He's sleeping with kids every time they spend the night at his house. And, you know, he's got a gold ring and a nice garment, so the congregation looks the other way. Why does this man want these kids at his house every weekend? I mean, nobody's thought the thing, or, right. You know, y'all just blind leading. I mean, it's mind blowing to me. It gets me so hot. If Marvin Scales is in front of me right now, I'd knock his head off. I swear, because, I mean, that's terrible. This girl didn't have to say so. You know, she didn't have the ability to say, yes, I want to have a baby right now by you. You know, no, and I'm focusing on this one girl who got pregnant, but she's not the only one. As you know, other kids start coming forward, and guess what? All of them aren't females. He's doing this to little boys too. You see, and he still can go to Sunday church and play the piano and lead the congregation in songs with no moral, no conscience, right, of what he's done. That's what Christianity teaches you. Right? To be a soulless demon. And that's why we out here every Sabbath, either on the streets or making a lesson to say, hey, look at this. This ain't what you want. Okay? And now look at what we got. This is what you want. But y'all don't even want to try it. You're just like, oh no, that ain't never worked. That ain't never worked. We ain't never tried it. You've been hearing about it for your whole life, for generations. But you've never, or we as a nation have never actually tried keeping these commandments long enough to see, is it really going to improve us like the Bible says it is? Well, at Sons of Yahweh, we can go ahead and assure you that yes, it does. Right? Let's read on.
The district attorney's office said Scales was a registered sex offender and had an extensive security system installed at his home. Investigators said several of the sexual assaults were recorded by security cameras, and that Scales would also record the assaults and keep the recordings.
And keep the recordings for future viewing purposes, or maybe he's uploading them on these black web, who knows? You know, this earth is filled with disgusting and wicked, vile individuals. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't the only one. But guess what? Most, I'm not going to put percent, but most of these wicked, vile, disgusted terrorists, right? Are they Hebrew Israelites? Are they Buddhists? No, they're Christians. Self-proclaimed, which really they're not Christians. We're the Christians. They're just members of Christianity, right? So, but all of these gangsters, all of these pedophiles and sexual deviants and con artists and thieves and abusers of people, what do they have hanging around their neck? It ain't a shield. It ain't a menorah. It's either a cross or a head of Caesar Borgia, right? Just take a step back, people, and look around you. Everything is a lie. Christianity is not what it purports to be. Christianity is a demon meal. They pumping out demons every week because some wicked niggas standing up there in the pulpit telling them that everything's good, they can do whatever they want. God still will love them. Don't you see that's the poison behind that doctrine? Now you got Marvin Scales in every other church demonizing children. But that congregation's going to whine and they're going to cry, gnash their teeth, and then they're going to watch as the next demon comes in to take this one's place. And they're going to build him up because he's going to have a gold ring and a nice garment on too. Right? Our people are simple as hell, man. Let's read on.
The security camera footage and the other recordings found by law enforcement uncovered even more victims of Scales' sexual abuse, the district attorney said.
Give me Isaiah 29:15.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us?
That's right. Well, Marvin Scales, who see me? Right? Because you put up a heavy security camera and you thought that was going to shield your wickedness. But no, it's not. Did we get that? Yeah, that was right. Let's go back and get that. Proverbs 28:21.
Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 21. To have respect of persons is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress.
That's right. So you're respecting this person, you're respecting this guy because he looks the part, right? But he'll go off for a piece of bread, man. He'll disappoint you, he'll rob you, he'll do harm to you for some money, right? Just for some comfort. Just for a little come up, right? For a quick lick. He has no morals. He has no righteousness within him, right? Because he's not doing the things that make you righteous, which is keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and teaching the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, let's read on.
This is an unusually heinous case of child sexual abuse, said Montgomery after the sentencing. When a person of authority, especially in a religious institution, is the abuser, it can be incredibly difficult for victims and their families to speak out. We recommend the bravery of the children who came forward to ensure that no other child suffered due to Scales' abuse.
Right, but it's really sad that children have to stand up for themselves here, right? You got a whole congregation of adults, and they all turning a blind eye and giving a pass to this demon and his wicked actions, right? So yeah, you know, we commend the Most High for putting a spirit on these children to get this demon, you know, from around them. You know what I'm saying? Because how many of these kids' parents said, "No, we ain't gonna tell that. No, we ain't gonna say that. You lying. What? No, you are going back to that sleepover next week. See that? Because me and your dad, or me and your mom, we got plans. So you are going back to that sleepover. I don't care. I don't want to hear what that." That's the kind of evil that's festering inside Christianity churches. See that? You should be ashamed of yourself for making plans to go back tomorrow. Terrible.
And our hearts are with those children who cannot speak out with this sentence. Justice is done for all of Scales' victims. We hope now they and this entire community can begin to heal. The DA's office said that with the guilty plea on 2 counts of continuous sexual abuse of a young child, Scales will serve 50 years in prison without the possibility of parole.
Beautiful. That's exactly how it should be. Because this dude, he already was on the sexual predator list or whatever, even before he even came to the church. That's why my lesson is, hey, Sunday morning church needs to start doing background checks if y'all gonna keep pushing lawlessness. If you're gonna continue to teach that you don't have to keep the law, you better invest in some background checks or y'all gonna be destroyed. See that? So now, give me Jeremiah 23, 21 to 24.
Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 21.
Well, okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, verse 21. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied.
See, that's the thing. In America, you don't have to be sent by the Most High. You just say, you know what? Pastor, they make pretty good. You know what? I'm a pastor now. Start calling me Pastor Lamad, right? And I'm going to start my church next week, and everybody's going to kiss my ass, right? That's how Christianity churches start. Go ahead.
But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words.
Just stand up in front of people and read the Bible. You shut up, right? Quit talking your own feelings. You don't know anything and you're wicked. Just read the Bible and break that down. Go ahead.
Then they should have turned them from their evil way.
Now all of a sudden the congregation is starting to clean up their act because they're hearing the words of the Most High and not the words of some wicked derelict. Go ahead.
And from the evil of their doings. Am I a God at hand, saith the Lord, and not a God afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, saith the Lord?
Not Marvin Scales. He got found out. Go ahead.
Do not I fill heaven and earth, saith the Lord?
That's right. Hey, you can run, but you can't hide from the Most High and his servants, right? God's going to get you. Right? So give me Romans 1:25 and then jump to 28.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator.
Well, it's a member of Christianity, if you ask me now. That's who changed a lot, and is worshiping the creature more than the Creator. Members of Christianity. Go ahead. Get 28.
20, okay. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
That's right. You don't want to really think about the Most High. You don't really want to think about His Word. You don't really want to talk about Him, or His Word. You just want to take advantage of His people. Go ahead.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
Right. Like, raping little girls to the point of them conceiving a child, right? Over and over again and multiple. Well, I mean, that's, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right. So, get a couple more and close out. Give me Jeremiah 23, 1 and 2 and 4.
Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Right, just like Pastor Jeffrey Merrow, right, who's robbing his community when they need help the most. And just like Pastor Marvin Scales, who's robbing children's innocence. Right? Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
That's right. Let's get forward.
Verse 4. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them.
That's what we need. We need the Most High to set up the shepherds over y'all, who are going to feed y'all properly. Go ahead.
And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed.
So you won't have to worry about your child getting destroyed sexually by a grown man, right? Go ahead.
Nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord.
Right. You're also going to, all of a sudden, you're going to know the Bible and the scriptures. You're going to understand these things. You're going to be getting taught the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not just going to have to guess at it and think, yeah, I think that's in there. I think somebody told me something. No, that's ridiculous when this is your book for and about you. But that's what Christianity's done to you, right? How long you going to let that happen? Will you ever wake up? That's why all praise to the Most High. We're not waiting for all Israelites to wake up. We'd be in trouble. We just need the elect to wake up. Right? So give me Matthew 15 and 14. I'm going to close it out.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 14. Let them alone.
Let these Christian churches alone. Let these pastors alone. Stay out of them. Go the other way. Stop, conversing with them. Stop watching their YouTube